Welcome to This Explainer. The science actually shows that cognitive decline begins in the brain decades before we even notice the very first symptom. Just imagine for a second, looking at an old, cherished photograph, trying to recall the faces, the names, the emotions of that exact day, and finding nothing but this terrifying, foggy blank space. It's a pretty chilling thought, isn't it? But what if I told you that you actually possess immense power over that exact scenario? Today, we're taking a dramatic, but honestly incredibly empowering look at how we can take control of our cognitive health, starting right now. We're going to explore the fascinating science of preventing dementia and cognitive decline through targeted brain exercises and anti-aging nutrition. Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to ask yourself a really profound question. Is your memory being decided today? We so often think of cognitive decline or dementia as this sudden, unfortunate event, right? Like drawing a bad lottery ticket in our twilight years. But the source material makes a really critical point here. Dementia does not appear overnight. The brain changes slowly over many, many years. Your memory isn't just something that happens to you later in life, it's being actively constructed or deconstructed by the lifestyle choices you're making at this very moment. The stark reality is that every single day, your brain is either getting stronger or it's slowly losing its power. It's a constant, ongoing biological process. Every single choice you make tips the scale. Are you feeding it? Are you challenging it? Or, well, are you just letting it idle? Recognizing this concept of daily choice is actually incredibly liberating. It means our everyday habits aren't just trivial routines. They are literally the ultimate keys to protecting our memory, preserving our focus, and ensuring we remain sharp. So to take control, we have a roadmap of 5 actionable pillars today. 1. Train the brain. 2. Move your body. 3. Anti-aging fuel. 4. Identifying the hidden brain killers. And 5. Building your future mind. Let's get right into it. Starting off with Pillar 1. Train the brain. And this brilliantly illustrates the core concept we really need to grasp today, which is neuroplasticity. Your brain is exactly like a muscle. The more you challenge it, the stronger its connections become. For a really long time, scientists believed our brains were basically fixed and rigid after a certain age. Well, we now know that's entirely false. Your brain is a dynamic, living network that constantly adapts to the demands you place on it. Just like lifting heavy weights builds your physical muscles, tackling complex mental tasks builds and reinforces the actual neural pathways inside your head. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. So, how exactly do we create these new pathways? The source highlights several highly effective, proven methods. Learning a completely new language, solving complex puzzles, reading deeply, or playing strategy games like chess. Now, the absolutely vital thing to understand here is that the primary goal of these activities isn't just mere entertainment. You aren't doing a difficult puzzle just to pass the time, or, to annoy your family. You're doing it as a deliberate method to force your brain to forge new biological connections. The goal is to keep your brain adapting, forcing it out of its comfort zone so it actually has to reach, stretch, and grow. Let's move to and see how this builds on our framework with Pillar 2, Move Your Body. The most powerful physical tools for brain health include walking, strength training, swimming, and aerobic exercise. Now, it might seem a bit counterintuitive at first that moving your arms and legs actually helps your memory, but the physiological connection is profound. Get this. Despite making up only 2% of your body weight, your brain consumes a massive 20% of your body's energy, and it relies entirely on your cardiovascular system to deliver that fuel. Put simply, a healthy, robust body directly creates a much healthier, more resilient brain. The biological cause and effect here is incredibly straightforward. Physical movement improves blood flow to the brain and actively supports the growth of new connections. When you get your heart rate up, you're essentially flushing your brain with oxygen and vital nutrients. This surge in blood flow actually triggers the release of vital growth factors in the brain. Think of these as chemicals that maintain the health of your existing brain cells, stimulate the growth of new blood vessels, and even promote the survival of freshly born neurons. It's like fertilizer for your mind. Which brings us to Pillar 3, anti-aging fuel. Just like a high-performance engine, your brain needs the right premium fuel to resist aging. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how specific this list of brain defense foods is. We've got blueberries and colorful fruits, leafy green vegetables, nuts and seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish rich in omega-3s. Why these specifically? Well, because your brain is highly susceptible to oxidative stress, which is basically biological rusting over time. The antioxidants packed into blueberries and leafy greens act like a microscopic shield protecting your brain cells from this daily damage. Meanwhile, the healthy fats found in olive oil and omega-3 rich fish provide the literal structural building blocks for your brain's cell membranes. This is literally your brain's active defense system served up on a plate. Let's take a step back for a second and look at the big picture. On one side of the ledger, we have building connections through learning, moving, and fueling. On the other side, we have accelerating aging through what we call the hidden killers. I want to draw a very sharp contrast here because our health is a constant tug of war between these two sides. We obviously want to stack the deck in favor of building connections. It's those small, seemingly insignificant, repeated daily choices that tip the balance and make a massive, massive difference over the span of years and decades. And that leads us perfectly into Section 4, the hidden brain killers. So the crucial point is that we must actively identify and ruthlessly avoid these common but really dangerous daily habits. Poor sleep prevents your brain from doing its nightly maintenance of clearing out toxic plaques. Chronic stress constantly bathes your brain in cortisol, which, and this is wild, can literally shrink the memory center of your brain. Smoking severely damages your blood vessels, cutting off that vital blood flow. A lack of movement deprives your brain of those essential growth factors we just talked about. And a diet high in processed foods fuels widespread inflammation, which is absolutely devastating to cognitive health. The bottom line, you can't out-eat poor sleep or chronic stress. It requires a complete, holistic defense. Finally, we arrive at Section 5, Build Your Future Mind. I really want to let the weight of this sink in. Your brain is not just something you passively have, it's something you actively take care of. It requires maintenance, attention, and deliberate effort, exactly like tending to a garden. The source material drives home a really profound truth here. The absolute best time to protect your memory isn't years from now when you start forgetting where you parked your car. It's right now, today. Your future mind is being built brick by the habits you are choosing at this very moment. I'll leave you with this final, provocative thought to consider. Would you rather train your brain today or try to repair it later? The science overwhelmingly shows that prevention is vastly superior to relying on a cure that doesn't even exist yet. I invite you to comment your answer below and commit to taking active charge of your cognitive health. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, here's to building a sharper, stronger future mind.